Hi, once again this is Ed from Exotic Blanks with the 8th in our how-to series. This is buffing the pen blank. We start out with buffing. Interesting to think about what the advantage is of buffing. I've made this stick to start out with. This is the stick that I use to put the blanks on. It's tapered at the top so that they fit in, and you just slide it on top of there like that, and then if you push or if you use the buffer so that it's turning toward you, it actually will try to push that farther and farther onto the stick, so you don't have to worry about chasing your blanks around the room when they come off and start flying all over the place. Back to the reason for buffing, or what I like about buffing. When you are turning your blank and sanding your blank, you're doing everything in the radial direction. When you get to buffing the blank, you're going in the opposite direction, and you'll see that in the middle of this I change from one direction to the other. I turn the blank over. Right now I'm charging this with a little more tripoli because the tripoli seems to be not making the kind of buffing I want, and I always look at it and figure if I can see the tripoli, which is kind of a brown, then I probably can't see the white diamond, so it probably needs the charging at the same time. So when I charge the tripoli, I generally charge the white diamond at the same time. You can see what we're doing here is letting that buffer push the blank toward me, and that actually gives me a chance to get very close to the ends. I can work on both ends and turn it around and work on both ends again. And what I've done here basically is make sure that the scratch pattern is in the opposite direction, in the linear direction, as opposed to the radial direction, which is what we've been doing on the lathe. So you do have the advantage of taking off all of the fine scratches that have been put on by the lathe by doing it in the opposing direction. I think that makes for a much easier process of trying to get yourself into a, well, not scratch-free, but a blank that you can't see the scratches. They're fine enough that the human eye doesn't see them. Tried to get a few different ways of looking at this, and so you'll see that I play around with the camera a little bit and try to get a chance for you to see what it looks like. At this point, coming off of the tripoli, it looks pretty good, but then once you go through the white diamond, you actually will make the blank really shine. This is the white diamond. It's the one that actually takes off pretty much all the scratches that you can see. I have a third wheel there, which I don't use for plastics often. Turning it to the other direction again, so that once again we're taking and doing whatever we can to buff in a couple of different directions and try to remove all the scratches that have been put on there by the turning process. So we're backing out now to try to show you the full 3 wheels, and that this is pushing toward me, because a lot of people have been surprised that I use the top of the wheel. Seems to me that the top of the wheel is where you're going to have it pushing toward you. If you do it on the bottom, it's going to try to pull it away. So I'd prefer to have it push rather than pull. There are times that I will take it off that stick and just do the very ends if I have scratches left. Once again, we're trying to zoom in and trying to see. It's real hard to tell whether you can see this stuff when you're doing the movies. So thanks for watching our video series, and we'll do the assembly later on, but this is it. Once again, we thank you for your attention. This is Ed from Exotic Blanks. This is the second to the last video. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.